How about Dalton Sargent on the inside of row 3? A nice run for Sargent back in the truck for the first time since 2015. 16 to go when they take the green. Christopher Bell on the outside and Noah Gregson inside.
Oh, Gregson gets loose, slides up the track.
A couple of teammates side by side for the lead.
Bell stays in it. They both run off the racetrack.
There's more trucks off the track than on it.
Little contact.
There's the blocking.
The 99 of Sargent, the 97 of Jesse Little, and the 16 of Ryan Truex.
What the hell just happened?
We don't know either.
I just know when more trucks are off the track than on it, something big's getting ready to happen.
Pretty ominous, don't you think?
And that was all for 12th. much less the lead. I mean, those guys are back there battling for a position outside the top 10.
Remember, Dalton Sargent, I think, restarted in the 5th spot. And that 99 truck.
I just can't get over. I mean, I talked earlier about super speedway speeds here on this short track, but those trucks are just destroyed.
I think Ryan Truex wants to have a conversation with possibly Jesse Little.
Jesse doesn't have a front end anymore.
And there is Truex making his way over to have some words with Little. Good to see that all the drivers are okay. But once again, some heavy contact. And there's Little climbing out of his 97. Dalton Sargent out of his 99.
Great runs for both of these young men here tonight.
You're tuning in looking for college football, Washington and Stanford. It'll be on here on FS1 as soon as we're finished with our race, but currently it's airing on FS2. If you want to switch over, if you're looking for college football, Washington and Stanford, they're going to kick off in about 11 or 12 minutes from now. And, of course, we'll have it right here on FS1 as soon as we're finished. Just 14 laps to go, but we'll have another cleanup on the heels of a 17-minute red flag.
You can tell Jesse Little's shaken up a bit. Watch these trucks, Vince, as they all dive off the road down the back straightaway.
There's the 97 and 99. They go down. The 16 there at the very bottom.
They're 4 wide underneath the racetrack.
And they all have to funnel into turn 3, and there just simply isn't room.
Yeah, too many trucks trying to get into one spot. There was just no room.
Sure,
Yeah,
Ryan
when you
Truex,
go down off the track, you got to have, when you come back up.
It's a funnel.
There were way too many trucks trying to get back on the racetrack and have about 50 feet wide to try to make that corner.
Great pictures from our Fox Sports team here. Look at that. 5 wide we see there.
And only one of them on the racetrack.
And Truex is trying to make it 6 wide.
Look at Gilliland there. Just barely gets into the back of the 99 of Sargent. A little bit of damage to that pedigree truck.
Chase Briscoe got through there cleanly as well.
Look at this view.
Cutting off the dog leg there, thinking that's the quick way through, but when you get down off the track, especially that far down off the track, and then when you come back up, if there's no room there, as you said, Mike, I think that's a great description. It's just a funnel.
Yeah. At some point, you have to understand that there's not a lot of good that's going to come from your angle that you're going to have into turn 3. They were 5 wide, and it looked like Ryan Truex was thinking about taking them 6 wide. You can see right there, that's 6 trucks in a line, and they have to get up on the racetrack.
It's unfortunate because all those guys were having good runs tonight. 16 Truex, 97 Jesse Little, and Dalton Sargent, 2 guys we don't see very often. Sargent's been since 2015 at this race, the last time he ran in the Truck Series, but was having a good run tonight, and Jesse Little was also.
And I don't think it was any of the guys off the track, Phil, that started this. I think it was a couple that were preparing for those guys to come back up on the road.
Outside. Hey, 3 wide right there. 3 wide.
3, 4, 5, 6 wide.
Back up. Looking inside. Outside.
Let's watch it from Cody Coughlin's perspective.
These guys have to go somewhere. They have to get back on the racetrack.
Clear high, still clear high, still clear high, whatever you need here. You see what's going to stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low.
Stay low. That's great advice. Good spotting.
By the way, when they reconfigure the track next year, because we've got a $178 million renovation project going on right now, and they're going to move the start-finish line right over to about where the hell that action took place. So imagine how the restarts are going to be when they move the start-finish line when we're back here in November of next year.
The line moves here.
Yeah.
That's the start-finish line when we're back here next November. And you can see that's just out of turn 2 where the new grandstands are being constructed. This is going to be a wild place to determine a winner as they exit that tight turn 2.
It's pretty wild right now, I think, Mike.
And then they're all stopped over there where the dog leg begins there in turn 2. Wow. What a great project they've got going on here. They're moving the start-finish line, as we mentioned, but also upgrading the suite areas, a new escalator. It's going to be so much more fan-friendly. Elevators, a new pedestrian tunnel, Wi-Fi throughout the entire facility.
One thing we haven't mentioned is Christopher Bell was able to hold that lead on that restart. He's being shown as our leader right now.
Remember, if you're looking for Washington and Stanford, currently airing on FS2, then you'll get it here on FS1 as soon as we're finished in Phoenix.
Into 1, and then a big wreck down into turn 3 just now.
We've already had one red flag for 17 minutes. Now we're working on another one. And again, if you're tuning into FS1 looking for Washington and Stanford college football, currently airing on FS2, getting close to kickoff there, I believe. But as soon as we're done here in Phoenix, you'll get that one on FS1. Towing off the truck there of Ryan Truex.
That's about a $100,000 piece of junk now, Vince. It's just tore all to pieces. The wreck on the back straightaway looked to start with some contact from a couple of guys that were actually up on the racetrack. And if it hadn't started there, when everybody that was off the racetrack got back on it into turn 3, it was going to start somewhere. There just was no way those trucks were going to make turn 3.
And they didn't. Here it is again.
Watch the 99 right there. He's in the middle of our screen. Looks like he's going to make a little contact with the 52 when they get down towards turn number 3, and then that shoves him to the left. Right here he makes that contact, and that knocks him into the 97 of Jesse Little, which in turn knocks him into the 16 of Ryan Truex.
And I'm not sure, even if that wouldn't have happened, I'm not sure the 16 and the 97, I'm not sure Truex and Little wouldn't have gotten together anyway, because they were just running out of room.
It's amazing. I mean,
and look,
6 wide.
Look where Truex is going. He's still going lower on the racetrack, and he's got to make that turn up there.
There's a contact between the 52 of Friesen and the 99 of Sargent.
Well, maybe Truex had a little more room there than I initially thought, but it was going to be tight. There's no question about it.
Watch Cody Coughlin.
Going to go way out of the way. Give those guys plenty of room.
That's a good feeling when you get all that in your rearview mirror.
Well, Ryan Truex involved in that incident, and he's now with Hermie.
And good to see him out of the care center, and good that you can manage somewhat of a smile. I've never really seen anything quite like that, so I'll let you tell us what you call this accident and walk us through it.
I don't know, man. I saw him 5 wide, and I had a huge run, and I drove it to the bottom. Our truck just wasn't where it needed to be tonight, and I saw my opportunity. There we go. Yeah, they just got all bunched up, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it, and I went for it. So we were 6 wide. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I got hooked in the right rear, I think. I haven't really honestly seen it. I tried to stay as low as I can. I tried to stay away from the 8. Yeah, there you go. Not much I could. I was pretty much along for the ride there. So, yeah, it's quite a wreck. I want to say thanks to Phoenix for building good walls, because honestly, they didn't hurt like I thought it was gonna. You know, when you get hooked like that, you're never looking forward to hitting the wall, especially with the left side. So thanks to them and NASCAR and everybody. Just kind of sucks, man. But thanks to Kobe, Toyo Pet, Shiggy, my team, everybody. We've turned a lot of heads this year, and we still got one more to win. So we'll put our heads down and go to Homestead.
It's Ryan Truex.
Yeah, glad to see Ryan and The other drivers that have come out of the care center all okay under those circumstances, and he mentioned the safer barriers, and boy, what a technological blessing the safer barriers have been at racetracks around the world.
Vince, I've felt that same feeling that Truex described the first time that I blew a tire and was headed toward that safer barrier. I'd only always hit concrete, and I'm like, this is not going to be good, and bounced off that safer barrier and just wanted to go hug NASCAR and all the officials that at the tracks that put in the safer barriers. It's just so much safer as we raced into the 2000s.
When Hermie was talking with Ryan Truex, we saw Dalton Sargent come out of the care center, and Hermie's now with him.
Yeah, Vince, and I got to say this before every interview, good to see Dalton Sargent out of the care center. What a tremendous impact for all you guys. And we had just discussed on the air what a solid night the 99 team was having, but came to a crashing halt, no question. What happened from your perspective?
It was just a pretty crazy restart. I think we were 4 or 5 wide. It seems like there on the bottom of the dog leg, and not really sure what happened. You're listening to your spotter, and you got both inside and outside, and kind of trying to watch what happens right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide, and just seems like there was not enough room for 5 wide, and kind of got caught up in the middle there and up into the wall. So bummer. Performance Plus Motor Oil Chevy tonight was running pretty well up inside the top 10 for quite a while there, and I felt like we were having a really strong run. So definitely a bummer to get caught up in that wreck there towards the end. I think only about 20 laps left. So we'll see what we could do at Homestead.
That's Dalton Sargent.
Something you don't hear often. Not enough room for 5 wide. Yeah, not enough room for 5 wide.
What about Dalton?
No kidding.
Before he saw the tape, he said we were 3 or 4 wide. Oh, wow, look there.
4, 5.
maybe 6.
A reminder again, you college football fans that are tuning in looking for the Washington Huskies and the Stanford Cardinal, that Pac-12 showdown coming up on FS1 as soon as our broadcast is over with, and currently airing on FS2. And it'll be here on FS1 as soon as we're finished. But we're running long tonight. The second red flag we've had a 17-minute red flag. And then on the restart, we've had another one. Eventually, we're going to get to the finish, and it's going to be exciting when we do.
Laps or so.
Look back there at that snarling pack.
So that was after the last restart. Are we going to see something similar after this restart?
Sure wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if we can go 7 wide, can we?
Wow.
Look at just a great job by Todd Gilliland slipping by there. There's Chase Briscoe, who hasn't even been a part of the story tonight. He misses